how environment impacts the results you're getting, whether you're running 5K, 10K, marathon, doesn't matter. Your environment is really impacting you in this way. And in terms of the people that you're running with, in terms of the groups that you've got access to, in terms of the results that you can see, if you're with a running club and everyone is aiming for a sub 4 hour marathon, the chances are a lot of the long runs, a lot of the faster sessions are going to be conducive of running a sub 4 hour marathon. If you join a running club and everyone's aiming for a sub 3 hour marathon, that might change. As kids growing up at East Cheshire Harriers, the standard for 800 meters was 2:20. It was a great time to run 2:20. A lot of us were kind of, I remember being under 13, under 15 and running 2:30 and getting towards 2:20, but it was a big thing to run 2 laps at 70 seconds. And so that was the standard. And then a couple of us would get towards 2:21, 2:20, 2:19, and it was a big deal. If you went to a different club, like Sale Harriers, a much quicker club, in the south, their standards was towards 2 minutes. And so you would rock up to inter-counties or English schools, and all of a sudden there'd be a guy who was 10% faster than you at the same age, because his standards were so much more high. What he was aiming for and the training sessions that he was doing were much higher than what we were doing. And so we were aiming for 2:20, not 2 minutes. Whereas if we were aiming for 2 minutes, maybe much more of us would have headed towards that. For sure, people can only do what they're capable of. And so much more would have still been at 2:20, but there would be more of us above 2:20, faster than 2:20, because the target was now 2 minutes. It's exactly the same with a marathon. So if you're around people right now, there's a big chance with a lot of sub-3 marathon runners that they're capable of running 2:30. But they don't want to risk it because it's such a big deal for them to train, get fit, and then specifically put together a 3-month training plan, come out of work early, be disciplined around work, around family life, around wife, etc., and then get to a race and make it happen. It's so much time and energy and effort and discipline in order to make that happen. They don't want to fail. And not wanting to fail is probably the worst thing you can have in your personality. As soon as you accept that failing is part of a massive improvement, it's the only way. If you look at anybody who's successful, they're very, very happy to fail, but it's getting up. It's getting up the next time and it's going again. And so if you're training for a marathon right now, and that for you is everything feels comfortable and you're going to be heading for a 4-hour marathon, look around you and think, am I actually happy with a sub 4-hour marathon, or am I capable of much more? The chances are that you're capable of so much more than what you're actually aiming for. Whatever your level, right now, the chances are that you can do much better. The chances of you being 100% of your capability right now, you'd be in the top 5, top 10 in the country in terms of people who are actually fulfilling their potential. That's how little chance that you are firing on all cylinders and you're running optimally, including myself. We can all do a lot better. We're all capable of doing a lot better. Maybe there's a time constraint, maybe there's a lot of stress in your life, whatever it might be, but the chance that you're underperforming in the marathon is probably 99.9%. And so look around you and look what you actually want to do. Again, it comes down to your motivation initially, what am I actually aiming for? And it comes down to planning, working with a coach perhaps, putting a strategy together, putting a training plan together, seeing what you need to do in order to get ready to do that training plan and hit those sessions, hit the fast sessions, hit the stamina sessions, the long runs, and then perform and peak and perform on race day. In order to do that, it's going to take a massive commitment, a lot of drive, determination, a lot of resilience and persistence. And if you're ready for that, then aim high, because once all those stars are aligned and you've actually got the time and the energy and the effort in order to put that together, magic can really happen. And I'm not being cheesy there. It can really happen because I've seen it happen, I've experienced it happening, and that opens a lot of doors for you. Once you kind of go from running 3:30 for the marathon to running 2:30 for the marathon, and you realize all along that you should have been there, but you weren't getting things right. If you look at all the areas in your life, like your diet, your strength training, the lower stress, the better sleep, improving your sleep, massive. And then putting all those together and thinking how they exponentially, great interval sessions, great long runs, consistency over months and years, and putting all that together and how it exponentially, strength increases your speed is going to increase the speed of your long runs, the long run is going to then increase your stamina and endurance, how that can exponentially improve your running. It's absolutely massive. And then once you start running those faster times that you're super happy with, you want to run more. So it's then a case of, okay, do I have the discipline to hold back and know when a rest day is necessary? Or am I going to be the foolish person that just keeps on running into an injury and then you're battling like that? So if you can have the discipline as well, some cows behind me. You can have the discipline as well as being methodical, you can set the world alight and you can really get into something and do so much better than you are right now. Like, I would say that I would say that 9 out of 10 people who are watching this can run 25% faster for the marathon. So if you're running a 4-hour marathon at the moment, I'm pretty sure you can run a 3-hour marathon. It's just a case of switching the mindset and putting the wheels in motion in order for you to run that quick. So yeah, if you have any questions, if you're unsure and you would think, and you want to put what you're actually training for at the moment and how you're training towards it,